think the cliche that I would use, which is the motivation behind setting up MEI, is that the market should be, it's kind of strange term, but more professional than it is at the moment. There should be less risk, less waste, career paths, new opportunities, as I said right at the beginning. And that really, those are really the outcomes from the summit.
Right. And if you wanted to kind of, I guess, in a sense, I mean, like obviously Sporting will focus more on the students and young professionals here, and sort of like from that aspect of, providing them with some insights and tips of like, why are this kind of summit, this kind of gathering so important, and why is this something that they need to think about, moving forward when they're
it's a very good question. I mean, and that's kind of my point about it not being a very professional market. Really, what we should be seeing is, I mean, for example, I think we've touched on this before. We have an incredibly successful intern program,
right?
Where, to put it on the table again, we do pay our interns, but that gives them a chance to come in very early at ground level and get exposed to the nature of the market, learn where their orientation is going to go within that skill set to grow it sort of bottom up. And so my advice would be for those who are graduating or not yet graduated, to look at it as a career path and ask, right, how do I get as much experience as I can in this market in order to move up the stack? And that tends not to happen. You might think it's crazy, but it's, the market at the moment is very much about relatively, whatever the term is, experienced, third, fourth job opportunities, drifting into the events industry in some way, liking it and then moving off, which is a shame. When actually what would be really good would be to bring people in at grassroots level. So, our people, we've got people who have been with us 6 years, not as interns, on salaries, and they accelerate through the knowledge curve, in a phenomenal way. Yeah.
That's awesome. And talk a bit about, I guess, in a sense, the intern experience, and I guess like what kind of lessons and things they will kind of like learn of being part of you.
I mean, what we do with our interns is put them into proper jobs, which is a hell of a steep, curve. And we don't even call them interns in their signature block. And they are mentored by the team. They're really stretched and given, weighty tasks, meaningful tasks. They're obviously, as I said before, they're supervised and the rest of it. But I mean, what has been an incredible amount of pleasure for me, and we've been doing it now probably something like about 8 years, maybe a bit longer. We didn't do it before. We thought it would be a distraction and an overhead, and it's turned out not to be the case. I mean, they're with us for a year, and these are typically part of their university courses,
right.
Rather than people, we do have people that come in for a project basis, which you have to be a bit careful about that it doesn't become a distraction. But certainly for those on the year program, they go away, with a job offer. As soon as you finish university, come back and see us, And so, so, my message would be, take this market, seriously as a career path, but you've got to build your experience and credibility. And the only way you can do that is to get into, big roles.
100%. And if you wanted to